Hi, this is Weirder Snoke here, looking at my video on how to make an actual flame sword. Well, this is just speculation. I mean, it's not really supposed to be, it's just a theory on how we can make it. I mean, it could be dangerous. It's really dangerous, so it'd probably be only used by, like, trained people. Let's get started here, shall we? First of all, we're gonna go and look at how to create the actual flame sword itself without, like, the insulated part which you can hold. So basically what you need is a Bunsen burner, a tiny little Bunsen burner, about like this big of a, like that big, going about this long, I guess, or this long. Oh, it depends on how big your hands are. Like, my hands are medium size, so I need like one that was like about a little more than this long. So anyway, let's start to speculate here. A Bunsen burner is controlled by gas, coming from like a gas tank. Like we did this in science class, where we had a Bunsen burner, we controlled the size of the flame by turning a little knob. So what we basically do, so you get the gas on the bottom of the handle, say this part, the bottom of the handle, get a little wire attached to the Bunsen burner, where the wire would go in. Then the Bunsen burner would have a knob on the outside, which would open a little cap inside. Say this is the tube, there'd be a cap right inside here, and underneath it would be the flame. So, okay, sorry there. Anyway, we just put a little cap, so there'd be two knobs on it. One would control the cap, one would control the gas. So let's say we have one about these two hands. One would be this finger right here. It'd be about this finger right here. So doing it in like opposite version. This finger right here, there would be a knob that controls the cap. There would be a knob right here that controls the gas. This would turn the gas on. Doesn't turn the gas on, but the gas started the flame. The flame is being concealed by a knob, which is on here. I turn the knob, the flame goes outside the handle, which would create the flame sword. Now you could control the flame by turning the gas knob and the cap. Well, I guess it's just the gas knob, I guess. Like, you could make it really long, really short, depending on how you want to use it. You know, it's kind of complicated. I mean, it's really just like this is not easy. I mean, it's really dangerous, but it's like not that hard to make. This is the hardest part, getting a highly insulated handle so you will not burn yourself by touching it. Because the metal, the stuff you'd use to put the Bunsen burner inside, and the flame, it would usually get really hot and you'd probably burn your hands off, like, wah! Anyway, I just like doing stuff like that. Anyway, you need a grip on the outside so you'd be able to use it more efficiently. Like that. And then you could probably just get like a little cooler on the inside around it, a highly concealed cooler, so no water could get in. That'd be bad. Or like explode. Just kidding. Anyway, so depending on how dangerous it is. I thought I was gonna say this. I'm just moving on to something else. So let's do the pros and cons of it. Pros. We're gonna start with pros. Let's start with cons. Pros, cons. I can't figure it out! Ugh, never mind. Okay, let's start with the pros. No cons. Okay, that's getting annoying now. Okay, let's start with the pros. So, pros are, it's a good weapon mechanism, meaning it would be highly painful in war. Like, say you, like, have this troop expanded just for flame swords, they'd be highly expended among the troop battlefield. And pros of it, it would be cool cool looking. So you could like burn your opponent. You could burn your opponent like, and they'd probably like be set on fire or something. Like say if I want to burn this here, you could just, like, say this is a person, it doesn't look like a person's pants. Like, say someone's wearing this, and you could just burn, and it'd be lit on fire, and, yeah. They'd be dead. Or if they put them out or something. Or if you just, like, this really nice trooper who puts them out, and then they shoot you. Anyway, and then it would be highly efficient for tanks, because tanks could shoot flamethrowers, which tanks could have flamethrowers, and basically, say this tank's cannon. I'm really bad at mocking things. And say, like, we'd have the same thing in here, just be bigger, and there could be a giant flame coming out here. It could burn, like, enemy troops and stuff. That would be highly efficient. So most of the pros are making it highly efficient. Now let's look at the cons. Cons, there are a lot of cons, but pros can probably a little beat this. So, cons would be, it's highly dangerous. I mean, highly. No kid should be allowed near this. Like, I mean that, this most serious thing. If, like, a baby or, like, a 4-year-old got their hands on this, they'd be like, what's this? That wouldn't be funny. It's just fun laughing about how stupid it is. Anyway, yeah. If some idiot got their hands on that and they were like, what's this? On their face it all burned and stuff. Yeah, not in the use. You have to be a certain age limit, like, you know, you have to be a certain age to do certain stuff, like drive and stuff. You have to be like 16, like, you have to be certified. You have to be certified in all these. There'd be a whole bunch of certification codes. You have to get special training. That would take a while, and it would take a while to develop troops and stuff. If you're not using it in the army and using it to defend yourself, you had to have loads of years of training. Because the flame, like, you know how a lightsaber, like, gets thicker, when you use it, like, loses this big beam behind it. That would be what the flame would do. It would leave this huge flame behind it, and you risk burning your hair off, shirts off, pants off, and your socks off, shoes off, whatever you're wearing is flammable. And you need highly insulated armor, which means if you burnt yourself with it, you wouldn't get caught on fire. It would just go past you. So there's a lot of readying in the making. You have to be super cautious with it. That's one of the cons. Second con is would be highly expensive to do. I mean, it'd be highly expensive to get the Bunsen burner, the highly insulated metal, the cooler, the actual gas itself, and everything else that goes with the grip and stuff. It'd take a lot of time to make too. So another con would be it's using loads of resources, using loads of resources like gas, like loads of metal and stuff, when it could be used for building structures like buildings and stuff. Like, that's another con. And I can't think of any more cons besides let's see. I look evil right now. Yeah, I don't know what else. That's Supreme Leader Snoke, signing out.